Hi, so this is my third update for my 2021-2022 winter outlook. And thank you for those who have joined my pro site. And if you haven't joined my pro site, I invite you to do that soon. You'll get lots more discussions and more in-depth discussions about these topics. Well, if you've watched my first two videos, you know that this is the pattern that I'm expecting us to see this winter. You can see I'm expecting a very wavy polar jet stream pattern where we have a ridge of high pressure over the Pacific Ocean that continues into the Western United States. And then we have a trough over the Eastern United States with another ridge over the North Atlantic Ocean. And this pattern that I'm expecting should result in frequent Alberta clippers coming down from Canada across the Great Lakes, which will bring extra snow to the Ohio Valley, where we should also see colder than normal temperatures. And then with this ridge over the North Atlantic, this could also result in frequent nor'easters along the eastern seaboard, which could also throw some more snow back into the Ohio Valley. So I thought I'd give you an update on how things appear to be shaping up. First of all, this is the ocean temperature anomaly map for today, October 10th. And you can see in the area that I've circled there that we are definitely looking at colder temperatures over the southern Pacific Ocean. And this would be indicating a La Nina is probably coming soon. The NOAA scientists who put out La Nina and El Nino advisories, they make their announcements on the second Thursday of each month. And I am expecting on this coming Thursday that we will hear an announcement about La Nina starting. This is just showing this on a graph. This is showing the Nino index. And anytime we're below zero, this means we're trending toward La Nina. And you can see all the way back in August, we definitely came below zero, but it wasn't far enough below for them to officially declare it a La Nina. In order for it to officially be a La Nina, we have to be at least 0.5 degrees Celsius below the normal. And as you can see, as of this past week, we are now below 0.5. In fact, as of today, we are 0.631 degrees below normal, which should be definitely enough for us to get the La Nina advisory that I'm expecting later this week. The other thing in the Western United States that we look at is the PNA, which stands for the Pacific North American Teleconnection. And when the PNA trends positive, we see an enhanced high pressure over the Western United States. And you could see here over on the right, this red area is what is being forecast. And you could see somewhere around the middle of October, which isn't too far away, we are expecting that the PNA will go positive. This will give us a stronger high pressure over the Western United States, which should set up a nice ridge of high pressure of the Western United States, which will help to build a trough over the Eastern United States. And as most of you probably know, if you've been watching your local weather forecast, by this time next week, we are expecting temperatures in the Ohio Valley to be much cooler. And that's because this PNA is expected to go positive. Now, the other thing that I look at is the NAO, or the North Atlantic Oscillation. And when the NAO is negative, that's when we get another high pressure, this one over the North Atlantic Ocean. And as you can see from where we're at right now, it is looking like we're going to see the NAO go at least slightly negative towards the middle of the month. But then it's kind of all over the place between what happens there towards the end of October. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that NAO, but it looks like at least initially we are going to see that go negative. And so remember, this is the pattern that I think we will see if those things all come together. And so I have another map here. This is now showing the 500 millibar winds. These would be the winds aloft, or in other words, this is showing the polar jet stream. And notice this is forecasted for November 2nd. Okay, this is for November 2nd. So towards the end of October, beginning of November, you can see this pattern looks very similar to what I'm predicting. We see a big ridge over the Western United States. That's because we have high pressure out here due to La Nina. We also have high pressure here due to a positive PNA. And so then you have the polar jet stream dipping way down into the United States. Look how far down south that is going. This is going to bring very cold temperatures into the eastern United States and definitely into the Ohio Valley. And so low pressure systems are going to ride right around this trough. And so it would not surprise me if we might see an Alberta clipper come across the Great Lakes. This could result in some snow, and maybe even on the other side, a little bit of a nor'easter pulling snow in from the other direction. We'll have to see if this happens or not. It's a little early yet, but it does appear that that pattern is setting up. And notice right here, this is also high pressure over the North Atlantic, which is what's pushing this trough so close here to the East Coast. So it looks like the indicators are coming together that possibly by the end of October, beginning of November, certainly the first week of November, it looks like we could see a beginning of our winter weather. So we'll keep an eye on this. Again, if you haven't joined my pro site yet, I invite you to do that. That's at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Thanks for watching.